Hi, team, and welcome to our podcast on Pearl Harbor. Today, we're going to be discussing the event that brings the United States into World War II. We've been talking about the buildup and the neutrality that the United States has tried to maintain, but this is going to be the event that finally says enough is enough. The United States needs to respond. This is not a war that we can ignore any longer now that it's directly impacted us. So, we have seen the deterioration of relations between the United States and Japan. It's been building since World War I when we denied them the racial equality clause, when they invaded Manchuria, when they invaded Indochina, all these events that had major aggression and signs that the United States was not happy with, that they were trying to continue to expand basically without American permission. The United States embargoed the Japanese, meaning they stopped temporary trade with them, and they then which forced the Japanese to lose 80% of their strategic war materials, oil, scrap metal, things that they would need in order to build an empire. So the premier of Japan, who's basically like the prime minister, Tojo Hideki, asked his military officials to devise a war plan. And Admiral Yamamoto is going to be the person who has actually put together and will actually implement the attack on Pearl Harbor. Yamamoto has studied in the United States. He understands American military and Navy, and he is going to put together a very deliberate attack on what will be happening to the United States. So the screen here is about the three-wave attack that's going to be planned by the Japanese. The first wave was intended to attack aircraft carriers and battleships, take out the boats, take out what could respond to this attack by the Japanese. The second wave was designed to take out airfields, making sure that we don't have planes that can get off the ground and fire back at the different planes that were coming in from Japan, from the aircraft carriers at sea. And the third wave was designed to attack oil fields, right? Take out our supply so that over time it would take a while for us to be able to respond. The Japanese have practiced at an island that's very similar to Pearl Harbor, and they've spent months getting ready for this surprise attack. So on Sunday morning, December 7th, 1941, our American soldiers are sleeping at church, just starting their day. It's their day off, and they're completely caught off guard by this attack. Battleship Row is a bunch of sitting ducks. The ship, the Oklahoma, had been moved from the front of the line where it had been safer to the back because it was supposed to be inspected. Ships like the USS Arizona is going to burn and sink. On the USS Arizona, over 1,100 people are going to be trapped inside and either incinerated from the fires or left to drown and to die within the USS Arizona. Airfields and barracks are going to be targeted as well, trying to take out our planes again to get rid of that immediate response against the Japanese, right? So what's the purpose? What does this look like, and why do we remember Pearl Harbor? This attack is going to cause absolute chaos. Americans are not going to have expected this to have happened within the U.S. We thought if there was going to be an attack, it was going to be in the Philippines. So we are not prepared and not able to respond right away. It's actually going to take us months before we respond. So we're going to take a closer look at this memorial. But if you read, sorry, it's going to start the video there. But if you read this quote, the architect who created this memorial talks about like the initial defeat at Pearl Harbor and the sagging middle and the higher outsides because of the ultimate win for the United States during World War II. FDR is going to be asking now for us to have an actual declaration of war. But remembering this feeling, remembering this attack is going to be crucial for Americans as we start to change gears and start working on the American home front. All right, so we're going to end this screencast here. I hope you all have a great night.